Welcome back, students. I think it's a bit interesting to you that in this chapter we are studying about the sorting the material into groups. Why it is so? I think little bit you got the point that why we are making it so. To make it convenient for us to find the things appropriately. Okay. So, in this video I am going to show you something interesting. What it is? Have you seen the sugar crystals or the pebbles around you? When you are going to put into some tumbler, is it taking the shape of that tumbler? Do you think about it? But right now you have to think. See, I am going to show you. I am having the pebbles in my hand, and on one side, yeah, exactly a bowl. When I am going to put into it, do you think it will take the shape of this tumbler? See, it is not taking the shape of the tumbler, it persists only its own shape. The same way, if you put the sugar crystal, sugar into the bowl, it will retain the crystal structure of the sugar itself. It will not take the shape of the tumbler. Let me show you another one. See. Yes, what it is? Transparent object. Inside it, I poured a water. When I am going to pour this liquid in this, what is going to happen? It is going to take the shape of this, yes, bowl. And when I am going to pour this in this tumbler, it will automatically take the shape of this tumbler. So, here it states that the pebbles, they will retain their own structure, their shape. But in case of liquid, as I show you that when I am going to pour this liquid in the bowl, it will retain the shape of the bowl. But if I pour it again, it will retain the shape of this glass tumbler. So, exactly the liquid has property to take the shape of the container in which it is poured. So, this is how we can sort out the materials. See on my behind what exactly going on. Here I pour the crystal, sugar crystals in the bowl. The crystal's shape is as such, it is not taking the shape of the bowl. But here, when the water is being poured in the glass, what is going to happen? It is going to take the shape of the glass itself. As I have shown you in the experiment also. Next is floating and sinking. See, what you see here? Few objects that are being floated on the surface. Do you think why? And here, few objects sink. Why it is so? They need to understand. It is because these objects are lighter than water. That's why they keep on floating. And these objects are heavier than, heavier than the water. That's why they sink into water. Let me show you one example. I am having this water, okay, and here see. I am going to put this leaf inside it. Do you see it sinks? It doesn't sink. But as soon as I am going to put this pebble inside it, what happened? It sinks. Why it is so? Because this pebble is heavier than the water, that's why it sinks, and the leaf is lighter than the water, that's why it's floating. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. Next, here few pictures I shown you. See, you can try at your home that whether these objects sink or float. The reason is if they're lighter than the water, they will keep on floating. As you can see the potato, it sinks, get down to the surface. Why? Because it is heavier than the water. On the other hand, see the key, it sinks. But the other things, this is a plastic, your toy, it keeps on floating on the surface because it is lighter in weight as compared to water. So, this is how the things sink and how the objects are going to float. This is lighter than the water and this is heavier than the water. That's why they float and sink. You must understand the concept that the some objects that float and some other sinks. The objects such as the pebbles or the ball bearings sink in the water as I show you. You can see it again as this pebble sink into the water. And why? Because they have a higher density or they are high denser than the water exactly. And the piece of cork or wood or a leaf that keeps on floating in the water. Why it is so? Because it has a lower density, or it is less dense than the water. As this is the same as I explained you. Till now, this concept should be clear to you, and we will meet soon with some interesting fact in our next video. I hope you got the point that what we studied today, that why the things float and the sink. Okay, meet you soon.